welcome back to Show Me St. Louis. If you've ever experienced numbness, tingling, or weakness in your hands, you might be one of millions of Americans dealing with carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel remains one of the most common nerve compression disorders affecting people today. The good news, treatment options have advanced significantly, moving far beyond the bulky braces. So joining us today is Dr. Andres Lerner, a hand surgeon at HSHS St. Elizabeth's Hospital in O'Fallon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Mary, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay,
It's very good to be here.
I heard about carpal tunnel here and there, and it wasn't until my fiance, his wrist is killing him because of his work, and he said, I think I have carpal tunnel. I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, what is carpal tunnel?
So carpal tunnel is one of the most common conditions we treat. Carpus in Latin means wrist.
Okay.
So carpal tunnel refers to the wrist tunnel. It's very simple.
Yeah.
In the wrist, you have a little tunnel where all of the stringy things that move the fingers need to go through to go from the forearm to the hand, right?
Okay.
So you have a lot of strings that go through a tunnel that nature built right at the wrist to keep things going through one place. Within this tunnel, also you have a nerve that goes through. That nerve is called the median nerve. And that nerve gives feeling to the hand and strength and coordination to the hand and fingers. And when this tunnel naturally narrows for different reasons that we can talk about if you want. When this tunnel narrows, it puts pressure on the nerve. And when the nerve is under pressure, you get painful numbness, painful cold sensation, painful burning sensation. Usually wakes you up at night from sleep for no good reason, or happens when you're doing repetitive activities throughout the day, such as using a computer.
Yeah, so how do we know then if it's just common, like a wrist pain from working on a computer a lot, or if it's gotten to be that far? If you have that pain, do you know you have it right away?
No, absolutely not. If you just have pain, it could be a number of different things, including carpal tunnel. Right?
Okay.
The carpal tunnel is not the only thing that can happen, but when you add to that pain a feeling of numbness, swelling, tightness, cold sensation, or burning sensation, depending on which nerve fibers are affected, people will feel different, weird symptoms, right?
Interesting.
So the more weird it gets, the most likely it is carpal tunnel.
Okay, see, I think he's just self-diagnosing himself with the internet. So that's what it sounds like to me. So if you have this pain, then you see a lot of people, they get the braces, they buy things for their wrists. When is it like, okay, you need surgery then?
Surgery is very easy. So to treat carpal tunnel, you have conservative treatments, you have invasive treatment like surgery.
Okay.
Surgery is the only thing that actually cures the problem.
Oh, it does. All right.
But you can live with a mild carpal tunnel and it's okay. So what are the things, the signs that tell you need surgery for this problem? They basically are in two categories: quality of life and nerve function. Two reasons. If the carpal tunnel is affecting your nerve function and you're losing feeling, strength, and coordination, you've got to do the surgery. You have to save that nerve from being squeezed and strangled, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other reason would be quality of life. If your quality of life has been undermined so much because the frequency and severity of your symptoms are constantly interrupting your sleep or your daily tasks, you can choose to cure the problem with surgery. If the injections or braces are not doing enough to make that quality of life what you wanted it to be.
Right. Wow, Dr. Lerner, I could talk to you all day.
Me too.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, he is a wealth of information. And again, if you have more questions, you could reach out directly to HSHS Hand Surgery to know, is this problem needing that surgery option, and more, of course, just overall guidance. We appreciate you keeping us all on our computers and feeling okay.
Mary, thank you very much.